Today, I'm going to be showing you guys 5 of the best tips and tricks on controller. These tips are good enough to get controller players from this to this. By the way, this is an update of an older video that I just thought could be better. If these tips do help you out, please be sure to like and subscribe. This first tip is a little hard to get used to, but definitely worth it in the end. Click on button layout just under the controller tab in your settings. And we're going to be changing our attack to our bumper button instead of our trigger button. The reason we are doing this is because it allows us to shoot much faster and be more accurate with single fire weapons. It also helps with your reaction time as you can press the button down faster. You'll notice that your ability to place shots and flicks has increased. If you're one of those people who think your aim is bad even though you're on controller, then it's probably because you're on a high sense or a sensitivity with low aim assist, and in doing so, you're removing almost all of it. This is why your go-to controller settings should always be 5.3 or 5.4 linear. Myself and a lot of pros have found that it gives high aim assist and you can still turn around pretty quickly. This is better than any ALC settings because it is much less complicated, it offers ideal aim assist, and you can hit some fat beams with it. This tip is by far the hardest to get used to, but definitely the most worth it in the end. We are going to customize our button layout so that we can jump and aim and slide and aim at the same time. And you'll be able to do so without your thumb ever having to leave the joystick. The way we're going to do this is by changing our jump to our left bumper button and our crouch to our right joystick. As you can see, you're capable of a lot more movement while aiming than you were before. And this is largely attributed to keeping your thumb on the joystick at all times. Once you get used to it, this tip is probably going to be the one that wins you more gunfights than anything else in this video. You can also get around this by using claw grip or using a controller with paddles. But for the sake of the longevity of your fingers or breaking the bank, it's probably best to use these binds. I'd also like to note that it makes things like super jumping and mantle jumping much easier. You're able to press your left bumper very fast without your thumb ever having to leave the joystick. If you can't seem to hit targets from very far away because of the recoil on weapons, then you definitely need to learn recoil smoothing. The way we do this is by moving our aim stick in one direction and our movement stick in the other. I learned it by practicing on these boxes in the firing range. I found that it makes more zoomed in sights like the 2x and 3x more viable. And this is because you have to move your right stick more in order to track an object. As you can see, this allows you to put more shots on target without having to memorize the gun's recoil pattern. Real quick, before we get to this final tip, if you guys are enjoying, please be sure to like and sub. And I'd also like to say thank you guys for all the support and all the nice comments I've been getting over time. And I'd also like to see what kind of tutorials or videos you guys want to see next. Generally, people on controller loot very slow. That's just how it is, we don't have 15 fingers. Someone who does not play claw or use paddles will loot like this. It's very slow and can often get you killed. Now if you learn to use claw while looting, you'll loot this fast and can get into the fight much quicker. If you want to practice this, just go into the firing range and practice moving while looting. Try to pick up weapons with a lot of attachments like the Spitfire so that way you get even more practice. If you often die while going for an armor swap because you're standing still, then you should learn to jump at just the right time before going into a box. This makes you harder to hit and you can also keep your momentum. I wouldn't recommend practicing armor swaps in the firing range because the shield is not in the correct spot. It is important to know that you can also grab things while you're sprinting. This is the end of the video and I hope these tips helped you out. See ya!